welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Silverstone circuit. We're going to be testing this absolute beast here, Audi TT. No car's going to go personally. Yeah, should be interesting. I've got my main man Peter on the cams. So yeah, I guess we'll something a little bit quicker than the C1s that I'm used to. Peter's in the C1s today, the 409, but yeah, we'll give it a go. Let's just jump straight into it then. So we're currently watching some advice. The Audi's just been out with Jack, who is one of the owners of BPC. Yeah, little grip out there, that's what he said, so it's going to be quite interesting to say the least. No clue how it's going to go, but I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. What about you, Peter? You looking forward to the C1?
Yeah, as much as I can, I suppose.
Bit wet, but we'll see how it goes. Let's do this, boys. So here we go for our first ever time in an Audi TT Cup car then. As you can see, we're already out on track when I'm starting commentating here, just because the first, lap, sadly the camera was all fogged up. As you can see though, it quickly cleared up. Our first interesting moment in the session was here. As you can see, we go completely sideways through cops and completely lose the back end, luckily just keeping it on track and saving it. Me and Sid were just absolutely crying of laughter after that. We knew it was going to be difficult because obviously it's a, Audi TT in the wet that I've never tested before, and it's also on semi-slicks. So yeah, it was going to be interesting to say the least from the get-go, but yeah, for sure it was a lot of fun. It was a little bit of a scary moment though, to be honest, to say the least, going through cops sideways, because the team BPC Motorsports had literally just built this car brand new throughout the week. So yeah, tested it for the first ever time on track and nearly, going into the barriers because I'm going sideways around the corners. Well, it's definitely not the way I probably should have taken it, but you know what, it was a lot of fun, and me and Sid were definitely hyping each other up going around here. Yeah, I was also trying to learn the lines a little bit. As you can see, I am kind of short shifting it a little bit at times, just to try and get more grip and try and get out the corners without wheel spinning it. As you can see, a few cars were catching me up in the mirrors, and they did get past me pretty quickly. I knew that was going to be an issue to start with anyway, just for the fact that obviously I've never driven this car before. It's a brand new built car, like I just said, and I haven't got much car racing experience in the wet, to be honest, or much racing experience in the wet at all, from karting to car racing. So yeah, nevertheless, so I was having a bit of fun and I was really enjoying myself. Managed to get past a couple people here, as you saw there, the Renault Clio. I do eventually get past this car ahead, but I do back off through Maggots and, not really Beckett's, as it's, the national circuit, because it is only a track day. Obviously, the Driven By Racing experience is basically a track day on the Silverstone national circuit, and you're only allowed to overtake on the straights and on the left-hand side of a car. So, yeah, I held my time and got past him just out of there onto this straight then. Yeah, absolutely insane to say the least, as we come down Wellington Straight. As you see, a Janetta absolutely sending it down inside of me there. I really want to try a Janetta like that one day, but it's just way outside my budget, so I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. Unless an event like this is run again next year or something, then I might come back and try it and give it a go. But yeah, for sure, I was really enjoying it and trying to just soak up as much practice, literally, as possible in the wet and in this car, to say the least, as we come around the final corner once again onto the national pit straight, as we come across the line once again up towards Copse Corner, and hopefully this time we'll take it a little bit better than what we did last lap, as we come in quite hot. And once again, just getting a little bit of oversteer, but not as much. It's only really on the exit this time, as you can see. So we actually kept it pretty tidy, and actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. As we come in towards Maggots once again, it was really tricky well, going through Maggots, well, not really Beckett's, like I said, but going through Maggots and not going straight on through Beckett's, because that's kind of the layout I'm used to. But nevertheless, so we were still enjoying ourselves, getting past some of the Mazdas there. There was a whole mixture of different race cars on the circuit. So you had like the Audi TTs that I'm driving, obviously. You had the Ginettas, you had the Mazdas, you had the C1s. You had all sorts going around. So it was quite cool to see. And like I said, it's a track day, so you've got to respect it. It's not racing or a test day. You're basically just testing out the car and giving it a go. As you can see, we're getting a bit sideways around there once again. They also have marshal training as well, which is pretty cool. I definitely think it was an event that was really well run, and I would definitely attend again and probably do a bit more track day and a bit of testing again in different cars. But once again, coming on to Copse Corner, coming out to Copse Corner on the National Pit Straight. Let's see if we can take it a little bit better than what we did last time, as we brake nicely in towards Copse, taking a bit of a wet line, obviously avoiding the apex, and was a lot better, a little bit sideways, but not as bad as the first time around. And we're going to come back through on the National Straight onto Copse Corner once again, go a little bit more hot-headed into Copse, and obviously pay the price for it, losing the back end, but catching it once again, getting a massive amount of curb on the exit. As you can see, so getting quite excited again with us going sideways. And once again, coming down Wellington Straight as we get sent down the inside by one of the Ginettas. It was absolutely incredible to see them on track and share a track with them. And it was at this point where I just started having a little bit of fun and decided to do this as well. Oh, it's going! Woo! So yeah, I was definitely having a lot of fun driving this car and just kicking the back end out, even though it's a front wheel drive car. Me and Sid actually both said it was basically like a front wheel drive drift car, because it literally just slid everywhere. Obviously being in the wet with this much power on semi-slicks, it was just absolutely great fun. Obviously, like I said, also the car was freshly built, so it was first time out on track, well, on this day. So I was the second ever person to test it on the second ever session, so we knew the setup was going to be off as well, but it was just incredible fun, to say the least, and we were all having a good time, and I think everyone enjoyed the event. Coming around here, as you see Sid giving a bit of advice as we're coming around, a bit of driver coaching, which I really wanted to do. Obviously try and get advice on racing the wet compared to just dry, because that's all I've ever really done is dry racing. So it's a little bit different, and obviously the wet lines are completely different to the dry lines. Getting right around the outside of the Mazda then, very nicely, coming around onto the National Pit Straight once again, as we're going to come up to Copse Corner, and that is the end of the session. Honestly, it was absolutely great fun, and I absolutely love testing this car out. I would have 100% preferred to test it out in the dry and see what it was really capable of, because like I said, I'm much more experienced in the dry than what I am in the wet, and you can really feel it when what it's like in the dry compared to the wet. But you know what, it was still cool, and it was great fun, absolutely sliding around. Definitely wouldn't want to be doing it in a race or an official session, but for sure in a little track day, just for a little bit of fun, it was good to have that little bit of practice. So yeah, I guess, well, that is the end of our session in the Audi TT. Massive thanks to BPC Tuning for, well, letting me give it a go and have a little bit of a session in it. And also massive thank you to BRSCC for running this event, because honestly it was a whole lot of fun, as you see, getting sideways once again for the final time. But yeah, I will definitely 100% recommend this event to anyone, and I definitely will come back next year if they run it again. But I guess I will head back to the pits now, and I will let you catch back with me in the garage. That was hilarious!
It's great fun, this car, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't think it's set up quite right.
No. Well, that was really something. Absolutely sent it. Went sideways about 6 times. Yeah, it was good fun. What do you think of this?
I think you might need to adjust the setup just slightly, because we're going into corner pretty much facing backwards. But it's great fun. He's driving really well. We just learned how to drive it and kind of learn how to introduce it to the weight transfer instead of just trying to chuck it all on and get a big slide on. So although it is difficult, we're getting used to it and really getting a lap time out of it, so it's doing really well.
Well, thank you for that, Sid.
Right, That sounds like a good drive though. Really good to save all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.